Welcome to this GED Express screencast with me, Teacher Marco. And today I will be helping you with your GED RLA test, specifically about the concept or how to develop your critical reading skills and why are these skills important when you are going to take the GED RLA test. So, critical reading skills is such an important factor um, when you will take your GED RLA test because most of your GED RLA test is composed of reading task and 70% of the content or 70% of the passages that you will be asked to read on the test itself is composed of non-fiction materials. So I always say this to my students that as early as possible, they should try to expose themselves into a lot of reading materials, news clips, articles, blog posts, and everything that they can read. So I'll try to help you today by giving you some pointers on how you can develop your critical reading skills. So my first tip would be for you to be selective and learn to skim. So skimming is really important. Time factor is one of the biggest challenge that our students are facing when they will take the test, especially for the second part or the extended response of the GED RLA test, where you have to read at least two sources and then write an essay, plan and write an essay within a period of 45 minutes. So you must have excellent reading speed for you to be able to complete that task in a limited period of time. So critical reading is time consuming, so readers will need to pick the text with the most relevance, and that offers a unique perspective or topic to other related documents. Choose carefully and then quickly skim the book for main ideas and key concepts. Once you have a basic understanding of what the text is about and which sections will hold the most importance, slow down and read those passages carefully. So the initial thing that you should do is to skim the passages and then go to the questions, and you will know where to find the answers, and at that point you can read further or you can read in detail. Now, identify critical questions. The reader should think about why they are reading these particular texts and what they hope to gain from them before starting. By writing these questions down, the students will know what to look for when reading selected essential passages. So like what I said earlier, skim, go to the questions, and then at that point you will know what by that point you will know what you're looking for. Okay, so you must identify the questions, you must know what to look for. Take notes. Now when you will enter the testing area for your GED RLA test, you will be given like an erasable pad or an erasable board, a small one where you can write some notes. Now, there's a reason why they are giving you that device. It's for you to use it. A lot of times, students just go ahead and answer the questions directly without taking note some important information that they will need. They don't utilize that device or that board. I see that all the time in our testing center. And I wish that students will try to learn the value of using this particular device. Taking notes is not only about being able to look over impressions later, but it also helps you to absorb the content by slowing down and mulling over what you have just read. Every couple of paragraphs, you as a reader should jot down key concepts and ideas that relate to the critical questions written down earlier. Um, it's it also conserves time rather than going back to the passage, then going to the questions, going back and forth. At least if you have the information on that pad or on that device, so it's you will be able to save time. Reread and review. To fully understand an academic text, the reader will need to reread crucial passages several times. Students should discuss their notes, reread, and identify any critical concepts missed, and review all the while again, keeping in mind the vital questions. Now, rereading and reviewing is or are skills that you should have. Um, Most of the time, the mistakes that you commit is because of carelessness and not checking and not rereading or reviewing some of the information within the passage. So it's because of carelessness, and we don't want that. So, as long as you have time on your test, there will be time indicator on the screen. So as long as you have time, and then maximize that period. Go back and reread and review. Okay, so that's important. Don't try to answer questions just in one go and then go out with still 20 or 25 minutes left on your clock. Use that time to review. Author biases. Every author writes from their unique perspective. Consider who the author is and why they wrote this particular text. Understanding the purpose will lead to greater understanding overall. Keep in mind that biases are not necessarily good or bad, but they should be considered before trusting the content implicitly. All right. So in here, you must identify all the biases and the perspective of the author. It's very important to understand this particular concept. Um, so this is a skill that I shall say it's hard to teach to students, and this takes some time. So for you to be able to identify author biases, the most important thing that you should do is to expose yourself to a lot of materials from different authors, and this way you will be you will develop your skill of identifying or you will be able to differentiate um, the styles of different writers, and also um, identify author biases will follow after that. So I hope that I was able to help you today. Again, if you want to know more about us, please go ahead and check our website. That's phuketpals.org. And also check our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/PhuketPals. We would like to help you more in accomplishing better grounds and discover different pathways with the help of GED. So please go ahead and check our pages. Thank you so much for your time, and see you again on the next video. Bye-bye.